Hi, my name is Frank. It's Friday. That means it's time to kick back, relax, and talk music. What do we have coming up today? We got some punk, we got some modern soul, we got a contest winner, but let's kick things off with Record of the Week. This week's Record of the Week is the 1990 album from Canadian rockers Killer Dwarfs. So, if you're not familiar with, I'll put it on this side, if you're not familiar with the Killer Dwarfs, these guys were formed in the 1980s, and this is their fourth album. They were known for having a really good sense of humor, particularly in their music videos. And I think that might have held the band back a little because they may have came across as quirky. As I said, this is their fourth album. It's straight up ageless hard rock. This album was produced by Andy Johns. Of course, Andy Johns worked with the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, Van Halen. Just such a well-regarded producer and engineer and a notorious alcoholic, but that's a story for a different day. Despite getting a lot of video play in Canada and the US, this album unfortunately did not fare very well. That said, I can't tell you how good this album is. This album was the soundtrack to my final year in high school, and I still have great memories of just cruising around town with my friends, just cranking this record. So many great tracks on here. The title song, Dirty Weapons, absolutely great. Nothing Gets Nothing, All That We Dream, Doesn't Matter, Last Laugh. I mean, this reads. The track list on here is like a greatest hits. And I've been saying this for years, but this album should have been huge. As far as hard rock goes, this album to me is an 8.5 on 10. So if you're not familiar with the Killer Dwarfs, you must check out Dirty Weapons. This week's Record of the Week. Before we get to the rest of the stuff, let's announce the winner of this cool little record reamer. Big shout out to Jacob Murphy from the YouTube channel Rockley Records, who provided the record reamer that I'm giving away today. Thank you, Jacob. So I posted this contest a couple of weeks ago. All I had to do was leave a comment with the word record reamer in your comments, and so here I'm filtering for people who left the record reamer comments. Some of the comments are pretty funny. Record reamer almost sounds rude. Anyway, let's see who wins. One winner is going to win a record reamer, and I will mail it to you personally and directly. Let's hit start here. Randomly generate a name. And the winner is Lonnie Stringfellow. He wrote, "That record reamer seems like a great idea. Congratulations, Lonnie. You have 1 week from today to get in touch with me. Shoot me an email at channel33rpm@gmail.com, and we'll work out the details. Again, channel33rpm@gmail.com. Thanks, and congratulations.
Channel 33 RPM.
Before we get to the other stuff, I just want to quickly update you. I have some new merchandise in the Channel 33 RPM store. I like to bring some new designs into there every couple of months just to keep things fresh. And I'm a big t-shirt guy, so I love this stuff. I wear it, and I like to have new designs. Anyway, this is my new shirt. You can see it. You can see it right there. Authentic AF, Channel 33 RPM. It's available in this red color for those of you who are more bold. There's the black version you see there as well. And of course, all this stuff is officially Channel 33 RPM branded. You can see it right there on the tag. I stand behind the stuff I sell. I sell a different version of this as well that just says Authentic Channel 33 RPM if you don't want the whole Authentic AF. So if you're into it, if you dig it, I'll leave a link right here, and there's a link below this video. Please do check out the merch store. Your support helps the channel continue to grow. All right, this next artist, man, I've been really excited about her. It's not my usual genre of music, but man, does she have a killer voice. So soulful. This is an artist you really do have to hear to appreciate, of course. It sounds silly to say that. Anyway, the artist I'm talking about is Yola. You may be familiar with her. The genre of music, some people call it modern soul. It's also got a bit of Americana in it. It's got some folk music, some blues, some country. You get the general vibe. And again, it's just so soulful. To me, it sounds very American, if that makes sense. So I was quite surprised to learn that Yola is not American. She is actually English. She's been nominated for a bunch of Grammy Awards. She used to be in a band called Phantom Limb. But she became a solo artist, and this was this was her first full-length solo release called Walk Through the Fire. This was released in 2019, and both of her albums were produced by the Black Keys Dan. I always mess up his name, Dan Auerbach. I think that's how you say it. Tell me I haven't butchered his name, but if I have, let me know in the comments below. She also wrote most, if not all, the songs on here with Dan. And here's her second album, Stand For Myself, released in 2021. This album, this is the one you really have to hear. This album is great. I mean, Stano tracks on here. There are many, but what are my favorites on here? Faraway Look, Ride in the Country, It Ain't Easier, Rock Me Gently, that's probably my favorite. The second album is good, but it's just, it's just not quite as good as the first one. There's a little shift in direction. And I mean, regardless, her voice is still great, but I prefer her first album. So if you're looking for a new artist to check out, you're looking for someone with such a beautiful, soulful voice, I highly recommend you checking out Yola, and starting with this album, Walk Through the Fire. It's time to open the mail. So this came today in the mail from Tim Durling from the YouTube channel Tim's Vinyl Confessions. Tim lives out on the east coast of Canada, but he has done something really cool. I'm going to show you here in a second. He sent me a promo copy of his first book called Unspooled, and it's a tribute to the 8-track. Tim has sent me some 8-tracks before. I've sent some tracks. I think that's what the cool kids call them, tracks. I've sent some 8-tracks over to him as well. Anyway, his letter. Here is my first ever book, Unspooled, an adventure in 8-tracks. I spent 30 years cataloging the little-known history of the 8-track and how they were still being sold by record clubs all the way up to, unbelievably, 1988. Did you know that? You could buy brand new releases on 8-track in 1988. He says here, in 2021, I decided to turn my research into this 192-page booklet, and it's gorgeous. Stay tuned. Unspooled is about 8-tracks, but it's also filled with stories from various writers, YouTube personalities, radio DJs, and regular Joes who live for music and tell their own tales. As a huge music fan and collector yourself, I think you're going to find plenty to enjoy here. Tim Durling at Tim's Vinyl Confessions. Thank you very much, Tim, for thinking of me and for sending this over. Here's the book. Check this out. So I just got it today, so I haven't read it. I will read this book and I'll report back with my thoughts, but I have the Tim bookmark. And again, this book, I'm not sure if it's doing it justice on camera, but it's gorgeous. Check out inside. I mean, it's got these glossy pages, and it's just full of pictures of 8-tracks. And obviously, with the focus, not obviously, you wouldn't know that, but the focus on sort of rock, hard rock, and heavy metal. And it's just, I mean, when he told me he was doing a book, I didn't picture it to look so nice. Like, it's page after page full of info and Tim's stories and just history on this musical format and a ton of information. So I can't wait to dig into that book. Thank you, Tim. He also sent me this very cool poster and the bookmark, as I showed you. So from what I know, there are no more copies of this book for sale right now. If I'm wrong, I'm going to leave a link right here, but hopefully Tim publishes more of these, just because what I've seen, absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, I will report back with my thoughts on this book. Thank you very much, Tim. Okay, just as I was wrapping up that segment, I see here that Tim sent me a message via Facebook. He says, just let people know if they want to order it to email him at timsvinylconfessions@gmail.com. So address is right here. Get in touch with Tim. Book looks awesome. I also got this compact disc I want to talk about. It actually came in shortly before Christmas, but it took me a while to get to it. I apologize. This came from Chris in Austin, Texas. Another Austin, Texas band. Man, I said this. There must be some killer music scene going on there. This band is called Born to Lose. The album, the compact disc, is called Saints Gone Wrong. I love the name. I got some notes here. I like to make notes when I'm listening to these albums so I remember what I want to say. Anyway, I said here it's punk, it's rock, and it's ready to punch you in the face. That's the kind of music this is. At the same time, it's chock full of hooks and melody, both melodic vocals and choruses, and also some really nice melodic catchy guitar work. I mean, it's the full package in that respect. And it's a sound that Chris, again the vocalist, would go on to perfect later in his current band Nowhere Bound, which is a band I've talked about quite a bit on this channel, and I highly recommend you check him out. But this is kind of the roots of Nowhere Bound, right? I can kind of see where Chris came from and kind of the road he took to bring him where he is today. So very cool. Standout tracks for me include Saints Gone Wrong. I love also the chanting chorus and fury of Let It Go. And I love the middle section in that song as well. Really was quite unexpected. Anyway, Chris, thank you very much for sending this CD down. This was released in what year? This came out in 2008 on Altercation Records. Check it out. Born to Lose, Saints Gone Wrong. Thanks, Chris. Cheers, man. All right, that is today's Friday update. Thank you, everyone who sent stuff. Remember to check out Tim's book. Thank you for watching. If you dug today's video, I would appreciate a quick thumbs up. Otherwise, 33ers, have a great rest of the weekend. We'll be back again in a couple of days. Until then, keep on spinning.